Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome back to Lightning Storm, the series where lightning always strikes twice as we talk about everything that has happened in the past week for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. And yeah, it was a very light week this week. Like, no news, like at all. We still haven't had any kind of official announcements from Hasbro in quite a while, nearly a month at this point, but you know, we still have to do the show, we still have to talk about Lightning Collection stuff, and we still have a couple of little things to talk about, a lot of UK stuff actually, so let's go ahead and get right on into it. So first up for the week, we have Hasbro Pulse shipping out some things soon, and also not shipping out some things soon. But not really like Hasbro Pulse delays, like typical Hasbro Pulse delays. This is a special kind of Hasbro Pulse delay, and that is due to their Power Sales Day event thing that they had like a week or two ago. I guess they just were not prepared for that, for people actually using their site, since a lot of people don't use their site. So because of that, orders have just been backed up. I know people who ordered stuff like 15 days ago, 13 days ago, who just have not had any movement on their orders whatsoever, so that is certainly unfortunate. Other people have had part of their orders shipped. I've seen a lot of people get the metallic armor figures in the mail, which is great, because those figures are really awesome, and we are about to get metallic whites, which I'm sure the leaking of that figure right around the time of the sale really probably helped boost the sale of the metallics on the sales event. But besides that, we actually have some of those, you know, shipping early emails, or shipping earlier than expected, or, you know, one of those emails that are like, prepare because we're going to charge your card soon, and that is for Deluxe Wave 1 of Prontus Head and In Space Blue with the Galaxy Glider are finally going to be released from Hasbro Pulse. And to be honest, I hadn't realized that they hadn't already released from Hasbro Pulse. I thought those were, those have been out at numerous different retailers for like half of this entire year already, so I didn't realize that Pulse didn't have them yet, but I guess they didn't. So if you were getting Deluxe Wave 1 from Pulse, which, why at this point? I guess you're going to be getting them here soon, which maybe you'll get them before any of your sales event stuff, since that's being, you know, so held back right now. So this next story is just about two Red-related items that are in stock at different retailers now, so I figured they're not going to take that long to talk about, so I kind of figured just group them into the same story. And the first one is Red Ecliptor, which we have been seeing pop up in stock on a bunch of different fan channel retailers and stuff like that, like In-Demand Toys had them, Entertainment Earth, Hasbro Pulse even. GameStop I don't think has had him yet, but now we can add Big Bad Toy Store to the list of stores that do have him in stock now, so if you'd like to get him, add him to your pile of loot there, or, you know, you never got him and you just want to get him there, you can now get a Red Ecliptor at BBTS. And then also one little thing, and this is only for people in Canada unfortunately, but it's kind of a limited thing, which I'm kind of surprised it hasn't already sold out, at least as far as I'm aware it hasn't, and this was from like a couple of days ago. But if you never got to the Red Ranger helmet that came out in the summer of 2020, and I believe is getting a restock later on this fall, if sites like Entertainment Earth are to be believed, but there is one store in Canada, NMC Toys, which actually has one in stock, and it seems like only one. So, like I said, I tweeted this out a couple of days ago, I would have thought that one helmet would have been purchased by now, but it doesn't seem to have been, so I'm going to leave the link to that in the description below if you're in Canada and would like to pick up the Red Ranger helmet if you missed it 2 years ago. Next up, we have some UK news about some items that are going to be arriving in stock a little earlier than expected, although if you watch this show, it's probably not too unexpected. I have tried to give you guys heads up that these things were going to be releasing earlier than Hasbro said by kind of a long shot. But basically, Star Action Toys posted on their Facebook page kind of updates on certain Hasbro items that they were expecting to have in stock at their store by the end of July. Now, this is a UK-based retailer, so this pretty much pertains for the most part to the UK, but then again, you could potentially expect these items to be released sometime around this time frame, maybe probably a little bit after that in the US and stuff like that. But they posted that they are expecting by the end of July to have the Blue Ranger helmet, the Blue Ranger Power Lance, and the Zord Ascension Project Dino Megazord all in stock, which, yikes, because that is a lot of expensive stuff. But this does line up to some things we've already seen. Technically, the Zord Ascension Project Megazord is technically late. I've seen a lot of things that the Hasbro had him internally as a June 1st release, and of course we're past June 1st. Actually, I saw him at one point for a May 1st release, and that didn't happen. Now, a lot of retailers still have him listed as an August release here, especially in the US, but it would not surprise me at all if the Dino Megazord is released before August, and July is before August, so I definitely do see this coming true there on that front. The Power Lance and the Blue Ranger helmet I had originally seen like an August 1st release date for, so that also doesn't surprise me. It would does surprise me is that if they get the Lance before the Power Sword, which I do believe are all supposed to kind of come out on the same day. Release dates are completely meaningless at this point, but basically if you're in the UK and you pre-ordered any of those items, I guess specifically from Star Action Toys, but pretty much really any UK retailer, because they're probably all going to get it around the same time, you might want to make sure you have your money saved or cancel your pre-orders if you're not going to be ready, because 3 very expensive items in the Lightning Collection, some of the most expensive items actually, the Zord Ascension Project, the Power Lance, and the Blue Ranger Helmet, might all be released by the end of July, and then you add that to like the Draken Helmet that got moved up to like August in the UK, and they're going to be getting all of the big ticket expensive items a lot earlier than us, which is going to be very expensive for them, and of course very expensive for us whenever they do arrive in the US, but no way of knowing that just yet, but hey, that's an update, that's a heads up, just so you guys can prepare. And before I go, I want to give a real quick Lightning Strike of the Week shout out to my buddy Reggie, True O's on Twitter, who made these really awesome looking custom Lightning Collection like fabric capes for pretty much all the main Rangers that would need one, so like Ranger Slayer and Lord Draken Evolution 3, and these look fantastic. So I've always not been a fan of Lightning Collection's like rubbery cape, so I'm happy that the Morphed Shredder finally gave us like an actual like soft goods cape that we've seen on like Black Series figures and Marvel Legends and stuff like that. So it's really cool to finally get to see kind of what these would look like if they had that. Now, Reggie's not taking any commissions on these just yet, but I think he is open to the idea eventually, and if he does, I'm definitely going to probably commission him for a couple capes because I think it just really adds to these figures. It would also finally allow me to actually set Lord Draken Evolution 3 down in my 3D printed throne that I have, because he just cannot sit in there with the cape on. You can take the cape off, but like, don't you probably want the full look of him wearing the cape sitting in the throne? So just thought these looked really cool. Reggie posted them a couple weeks ago, and I just didn't really have time to mention them on the show until now, so I just wanted to make sure to give a heads up to that, and I'm going to leave a link to that tweet in the description below, so that way whenever he does open up commissions, if he does, you guys have his Twitter to contact him. And yeah, I think that's it. So there's really nothing much else to talk about. I would talk about the in-demand toys having the Tyrannosaurus Sentry on sale in the UK. They had it for like £14 this past week, which is a fantastic sale, especially since the Target has never released it here and never will release it here. So if that, and unfortunately they don't ship to the US, so I definitely would have taken advantage of that to finally get rid of my Target pre-orders. But unfortunately that's not active anymore, and I guess I am talking about it anyway. But it's just a weird time. So I've been saying this on the show recently. And it's kind of getting harder and harder to do these weeks every single week, or episodes every single week, because there's just nothing happening at all for the Lightning Collection. It's been just tumbleweeds this entire year, really. But we're keeping the show alive. We just celebrated the 2-year anniversary of the show this past Monday with 147 episodes going strong, which is even more when you factor in all my Power Month episodes that I didn't count as mainline episodes. They counted as like its own separate series. So we're trying here on Lightning Storm. So hopefully something happens soon. I've been checking the Wave 12 listings multiple times a day to see if there's anything that ever happens with them. Fan streams have been announced left and right for different brands, but never us. So we'll wait and see if we ever get any kind of Lightning Collection news anytime soon. I mean, you got to imagine we'll get something before August for if we're going to do another Power Month or anything, right? But until the next update or whatever we have in the Lightning Collection, of course, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LiveRangerKey or at LightningFigPR, and I'll see you all in Lightning Storm, the series where lightning always strikes twice.